Hello everyone, welcome to the Turfway Park Report for Friday, March 25th, 2016. 10 live races on the card. The poly track is fast. The first race, a maiden claimant event for maiden filly 3-year-olds. The claiming price $15,000 down to 10. They'll go 6.5 furlongs. Late scratch number 4, Roman Canvas, was fractious in the gate and was scratched by the veterinarian. Morning line favorite number 1, a Little Bourbon with Corey Orm. They are off. And the starter caught him in a perfect line. It's Say Hi Sugar who'll get the first call. Through from between horses. There goes the favorite, Clever Thunder. Up on her outside, Balin through from between horses comes Will and Grace and a Little Bourbon. There are 5 across the track. Less than a length covers the lot as they head off the chute and onto the main track, 5/8 of a mile from home. So through the inside, a Little Bourbon has now gained just the narrowest of lead. Leads it by about a neck as they race up the backside. Clever Thunder is second, right about a length further back. Racing along is Balin. Down along the inside is Will and Grace and Say Hi Sugar. Still compact field as they blitz up the backside. Now they head for the far turn. The first quarter up 23 and 4/5 seconds. So a Little Bourbon leads them into the far turn run. She's flanked by Clever Thunder to her outside. These two are about 4 or 5 lengths clear of Say Hi Sugar, who comes through the inside of Balin. And then a link to the trailer. At the back of the pack is Will and Grace outside the quarter pole. So a hot and contested pace up front, neither given an inch. It's still a Little Bourbon and Clever Thunder. These two still duke it out through a half of 47-1, 3/6 of a mile from home. It's a Little Bourbon to the inside, shaking up to the outside. Clever Thunder now pokes that nose in front. 3 for the links back, running on from the back of the pack comes Will and Grace. To the outside is Bayland by the 16th pole. Clever Thunder has the upper hand now, still battling gamely. A Little Bourbon coming back down to the inside, but down to the wire. Lucky Start 7 is the maiden breaking one for Clever Thunder, who wins it by a neck. A Little Bourbon was second. A 3-way go for the Shodo in 1:20 and 4. Number 5, Clever Thunder, grinds out a victory for owner Michael Mullins, trainer Danny Sander, and Rafael Mojica Jr. was aboard for the winning ride. Number 5, Clever Thunder, returns 480, 260, 240. Second, the 1, a Little Bourbon. Third, the 2, Will and Grace, and fourth, the 6, Baylin. The exacta 1140, the try $46.80. No superfecta wagering due to the late scratch. All wagers were refunded. The second race is a filly and mare starter allowance to go 1 mile and a 16th. No program changes. The favorite at 4 to 5 on the morning line. Number 7, Tupelo Tide, with Leandro Gonsalves aboard for Aaron West. All set. They are off. It's Tupelo Tide who'll get the first call. Delanterra is going to be a pace presence today through from between horses. Down along her inside comes Baja Bessie through from the rail. She's messy. Those two match strides. Then a link further back to Bell Bottom Girl, linked in front of Miss Venezuelan. At the back of the pack, alone again, is last of the 7. Strung out by about 11 lengths from front to back as they have 6.5 furlongs still to travel. So Delanterra has now found the lead. She shows them by the 6 furlong marker, in front by 2. Tupelo Tide has yielded to the pocket spot, races along in second. Through from her inside comes She's Messy. Then a link for the back out there in the center of the course. Bell Bottom Girl's making a middle move. She was 6th, raced up into 5th, only 3.5 off the pace, and she's 2 in front of Baja Bessie, who's flanked by Miss Venezuela and still outpaced at the back of the pack. Alone again, can see them all. Up the backside they wheel, just outside the half-mile pole. The first half mile was 48 and 4. So a controlled tempo up front being set by Delanterra. She shows them into the far turn in front by a length. Tupelo Tide is breezing right up to her outside while doing it in hand. Coming under a ride to the outside. Bell Bottom Girl is now spin after making that middle move. She's Messy down along the inside and then starting to get underway from the back of the pack. Here comes Miss Venezuela just outside the quarter pole. So Delanterra has now been collared by Tupelo Tide. That one pokes her nose in front. She's Messy under a full out drive and switched wide for the drive from the back of the pack. Alone again is making good progress just outside the 8th pole. It's still Delanterra digging in, trying to fight off the challenge of Tupelo Tide. Running on from the back, still making progress is both She's Messy and Alone again by the 16th pole. Delanterra finding more. The 10-time winner is on the way to the winner's circle for the 11th time. Delanterra takes them all the way up top to win by better than 2. Tupelo Tide had to settle for second. Bell Bottom Girl and She's a Messy in a photo for the Shodo, 146 and 4. Number 3, Delanterra, takes him from flag fall to that's all, leads him all the way under Aaron Walker for owner Mark Haas, trainer Dougie Danner. Delanterra, lifetime win number 11, home a winner in 146 and 4. The winner returns $9, $3, $2.40. Second was number 7, Tupelo Tide. Third, number 4, Bell Bottom Girl. And finishing fourth, the 1, She's Messy. Exacta was worth $17.20. The $1 try, $68.40. The Superfecta combination was 3, 7, 4, and 1, and that returns $410.20. The early double, $28.40. Today's third race, a claimant event for the fillies and mares, which have never won 3 lifetime, claiming price $7,500. The race 1 mile, field of 6, morning line favorite, 6-5, Arya, with leading rider Alvin Jimenez in the irons. They are off. And it's Como Luz who springs first, right alongside Akasha's away in good order. Just took up a step there. Through from the inside, Arya will now inherit the lead. Gilly spun out about 4 wide as they race into the clubhouse turn. Then comes Regal Market. And at the back of the pack, hooked again. Strung out about 8.5 lengths as they have 6.5 furlongs left to travel. So it's Como Luz, hard used to make the lead, but will clear off as they head past the 6 furlong marker. So as they straighten up in the back stretch, it's Como Luz who shows the way by 2. Arya in the pocket spot there in second. Out there 3 deep comes Akasha, then a length back 2, Gilly who comes along in 4th. And behind that one is the pair of Hooked Again and Regal Market as they have 4.5 furlongs still to travel up the backside day wheel, 9 lengths from tip to tail, the first quarter mile in 24 and 4/5 seconds. The first half mile timed out in 49 and 2. So it's Como Luz, but now being attacked to the outside by Arya and a confident Alvin Jimenez. Here comes Akasha looping up 3 wide and 4 wide. Comes Hooked Again. Right alongside is Gilly. And at the back of the pack, Regal Market is last of the lot, but only about 6 lengths off the pace as they start to bunch up here. And up front, now it's Akasha who shows the way. Arya from between horses running on from the back. Gilly's making good progress through the turn. And also Regal Market's come from last up into 4th as they straighten away for the stretch drive. It's Akasha who spins first. Akasha off the turn in front by a length. Gilly's under a full-out left-handed drive. That's all for Arya, who starts the moonwalk. Regal Market's running on from the back outside the 16th pole. Akasha shaking up and responding. Gilly lunging but not getting to her. Akasha takes them all the way in the front end here. Akasha wins by 2.5 in the end. Gilly was second, and finishing third, Regal Market. Number 3, Akasha stalks the pace, takes over turning for home, and draws away under a rousing ride from Didi Elisorio for owner Israel Acevedo, the trainer Marco Castaneda. Number 3, Akasha returns 640, 360, 320. Second the 6, Gilly. Third, number 2, Regal Market. And fourth, the 1, Arya. The Exacta, $24. The Try for $1, $67.60. Superfecta, $222.60. The Daily Double comes back $30.20. And the opening pick 3 of the evening, $83 even. Running time for race 3, 140 and 2/5 seconds. Tonight's fourth race, a claimant event for the fillies and mares, never won 3 lifetime. The claimant price $5,000 to go 1 mile. Heavy favorite number 3, Lady Ann, with Sophie Doyle aboard for owner-trainer Kellen Gorder. And they're off. Fast start for Rude Girl, who sends on out, quick into stride from between horses. There goes Hot Java. Up the fence comes On the Center Line. Golden BJ is spun out about 4 deep. Even further out comes Big Red Kitten. The favorite, Lady Ann, had a bit of a slow start, but has raced up into 5th, only about 4.5 off the pace. Then a link further back to Scat Fast Cat, and the trailer is Just a Love Song. That's the 8 of them as they pass the 6 furlong marker and straighten up on the back stretch. Well-strung outfield here, 12 lengths from tip to tail. The opening quarter for Rude Girl was 24 and 2, and they continue their run up the back stretch, 5/8 of a mile still to go. So up front, Rude Girl has made all the pace thus far, being tracked intently by On the Center Line, who races in second. A length and a half further back comes a pair of Hot Java and Golden BJ. Those are 3rd and 4th respectively. A length and a half to the favorite, Lady Ann, still continues to run 5th. Down towards the inside comes Scat Fast Cat, then Big Red Kitten, and still outpaced at the back. Just a Love Song, the first half mile, 48 and 3/5 seconds. They make their entrance into the far turn. So it's Rude Girl and On the Center Line. Those two match strides, and a link further back to Golden BJ, who's coming under pressure. Down along the inside, Hot Java, and now the favorites has set loose. Here's Lady Ann tipping up 4 wide as they're just outside the quarter-mile pole. So it's On the Center Line to the inside. To the outside, here's Lady Ann. These two kick about 3 clear of Golden BJ, who continues to come under pressure. Down along the inside, making good progress is Rude Girl as they straighten for the stretch drive by the 8th pole. It's Lady Ann, shaken up by Sophie Doyle, goes by the 8th pole, 3 to the good. On the center line under a full-out drive, Just a Love Song is rallying down the center of the track, but the favorite, Lady Ann, is heading to the winner's circle on the class drop. Lady Ann scores by 4. Just a Love Song second, On the Center Line third, and Hot Java was 4th. Number 3, Lady Ann for Kellen Gorder stalks the pace, was given the cue just outside the quarter pole, turned for home, and drew away late. Sophie Doyle with the winning ride. Number 3, Lady Ann, $4, $320, $210. Second, Long Shot 1, Just a Love Song. Third, the 2 on the center line. And fourth, number 6, Hot Java. Exacta, $59.60. The 3-1-2 trifecta combination for $1 returns $135.80. Superfecta, 3-1-2-6 returns $1,131.20. The rolling pick 3, $39.40. And the daily double of 3 and 3, $18 even. Running time for race 4, 141 flat. Tonight's fifth race, a claimant event for 3-year-olds and up, which have never won 3 lifetime. They'll go 6.5 furlongs. Field of 9, no program changes. The favorite to the outside, number 9, 9-5 on the tote board. Char Knox for Britt Santangelo. They are off. Bit of a sluggish start for Woolley and Wild, but Loby came right in at the gate and impeded Keeping It Real, who had to check there, and out at the back, Jarbo. So it's Loby who leads them out of the chute as they straighten up on the main track, flanked by Mr. Wally to the outside. Then a link for the back, Lonesome Highway is third, plugging up the fence. Here comes Woolley and Wild in fourth. Then up on the outside, Char Knox is right to the outside of both Lonesome Highway and Fitz is dancing, a separation of 2 to Tower East, and about 5 or 6 back to the lethargic Jarbo as they pass the half-mile pole and make their entrance up into the turn. The first quarter, 23 seconds flat. It's Loby who leads them in. To the outside, there's Mr. Wally. Coming up 4 wide in hand comes Char Knox, who's just breezing up handily to the outside of Woolley and Wild. Nowhere to go in between horses is Keeping It Real, and then a separation of about 3. He's starting to run on his Fitz of dancing. Still nothing yet from Towers East or Jarbo. As a field just outside the quarter pole, Loby drifting out under left-handed urging. Now right here comes Char Knox, attacks to the outside. Mr. Wally from between horses. Woolley and Wild down along the fence, Keeping It Real as dive down to the rail. So it's Char Knox who's overhauled Loby. Here's Mr. Wally down along the inside. It's Keeping It Real running on the stand side. Lonesome Highway down to the wire. Char Knox trying to hold Jarbo, lunging. Char Knox does not disappoint at even money. Hangs on by a diminishing half a side. Running on from last, Jarbo was second, tight for third, 119 flat. Number 9, Char Knox with Sophie Doyle holds off the late charge of number 5, Jarbo, who was lunging late, but number 9, Char Knox proves the victor as he holds on to not disappoint as a favorite, 420, 240, 210. Second, a late charging number 5, Jarbo. Third, the 7, Lonesome Highway. And fourth, the 2, Tower East. The exacta, $15.40. The try, $43.20. Super, $164. The pick 4, $99.90. The pick 5, $157. The daily double, $760. Running time for race 5, 119 flat. Tonight's sixth race, a claimant event for the fillies and mares, a wide-open $5,000 claimant event. They'll go 1 mile, field of 6, no program changes. The favorite at the rail, number 1, Wild About Jack with Richard Bracho. They are off. Poor beginning for Wild About Jack, and even a worse start for Bluegrass Genius. But a clean beginning for Duchess Whitney, who fires on out. Will Gracie shines a pace presence. Megnog is 3 wide and a 4 wide. Bluegrass Genius rushing up to the lead after that poor start as went from last to first in less than an eighth of a mile. So as they're by the 6.5 furlong marker, Bluegrass Genius has found the front, opens the lead by about 2. Fast pace here being set by the front runner. Duchess Whitney has yielded to the pocket spot. Down on the inside, Will Gracie's shine is a joint third as right to her outside goes Megnog. Then a separation of 2 is Kitten's Top Cat, who is 5th, about 5.5 off the pace, and still 4 to Wild About Jack after that poor start is last of the sextet. 7.5 lengths from front to back and 4.5 furlongs to travel. First quarter, 24-3, so a hard-used Bluegrass Genius leads him by the half-mile pole. In front by about 1.5 lengths. The first half was a fast 48-4. Duchess Whitney continuing to track in second. Will Gracie shine and Gilligan looping up 3 wide while in hand. Kitten's Top Cat being niggled upon down along the fence, flanked by Megnog, the favorite, still is yet to be let loose, and Wild About Jack still at the back. So midpoint through the turn, it's Duchess Whitney drifting well off the rail. Bluegrass Genius starting to back up. Here's Will Gracie Shine attacking to the outside, and Kitten's Top Cat is a 3 wide third as they straighten for the stretch drive. And Duchess Whitney, shaken up by Prescott, goes by the 8th pole, 1.5 lengths to the good. Will Gracie Shine on the wrong lead, lunging to the outside. These two square off with a 16th left to run. Duchess Whitney shaken up, but Will Gracie Shine has come from over the top, and Will Gracie Shine's going to the winner's circle for the 9th time in her career. Duchess Whitney a game second, Megnog third, and Wild About Jack fourth. Running time 1:39 and 4. Number 4, Will Gracie Shine needed every inch of the stretch to get up to win for owner Full Run Farm, trainer Kim Hammond, and Jack Gilligan with the well-timed ride. The winner returned $7.80, $4, $3. Number 3, Duchess Whitney a game second, third the 5, Megnog, and fourth the 1, Wild About Jack. The exacta, 75.20. The trifecta for $1, $147.80. Superfecta, $779.20. The pick 3, $47, and the daily double, $23.20. Running time, 1:39 and 4. Tonight's 7th race, an allowance optional claiming event for the Philly 3-year-olds, which have never won a race other than, or to be entered for a claiming price of $50,000. They'll go 6 furlongs, field of 7, morning line favorite at 9 to 5, number 4, World Peace for Wayne Catalano. They are off. And the starter caught him in a perfect line. It's Tia Floor who's sending on out. Swimming Pretty is going to be a pace presence. Also right alongside, there goes the favorite World Peace. A length further back off the gate in third comes Patty's Mischief. Through from the rail comes Point of No Return. And then a separation of 4 to the trailer. Calvert Cliff as they wheel up the backstretch. 4.5 furlongs still to go. Up front, it is Swimming Pretty. Right alongside, there's Tia Floor. The first quarter, 22 seconds flat, and they bend into that far turn. On the inside, Swimming Pretty still attacked to the outside by Tia Floor. Here comes the favorite World Peace looping up between horses. Right alongside Sweet Angel Roan, then a link to Point of No Return as they just outside the quarter pole. Up front, it's Swimming Pretty, still attacked by Tia Floor. Looping up 3 wide, here comes World Peace by the quarter pole. Half mile, 45 and 3, and they're on their way home. It's still Swimming Pretty, attacked by Tia Floor, and now the favorite World Peace has set sail from Orlando Mohican and it goes right on by. It's World Peace to the outside. Swimming Pretty still grinding away down the fifth. Sweet Angel Roan is coming on the stand side by the 16th pole. World Peace opening up here, and World Peace, a dominating performance here, wins by better than 3. Swimming Pretty in a photo with Tia Floor for the second spot, and Sweet Angel Road was fourth, 11 and 2. Number 4, World Peace, a convincing winner. First Polytrack start, a dominating one. Owned by the Eclipse Thoroughbred partners of Aaron Wellman, trained by Wayne Catalano, and Orlando Mojica aboard for the winning ride. The winner returned $6.80, $3.80, $3.20. Finishing second was number 7, Tia Floor. Third, the 2, Swimming Pretty. And fourth, the 5, Sweet Angel Roan. The exacta, $13.40. The try, $45.80. Super, $112.10. The daily double, $32.60. And the pick 3, $60.60. Running time, 1:11 and 2. Today's 8th race, a claimant event for fillies and mares to go 1 mile, field of 8, no program changes. Morning line favorites, number 6, Lady Manavi, and the 3, Hunt for Colleen. And runners away. It's Smokin' Ali who's sending on out, being hustled out. Down on the inside, there goes Hot French Fries. And the favorite, Lady Manavi, who is at about the 5 path as they race into the clubhouse turn. Hunt for Colleen, a close-up third. Right to her outside comes Seducion. Then a link to the pair of Heart's Wild. Outside of her comes Heart's Wisdom. And then about a length and a half back to Smokin' Ali at the tail of the field. 9.5 lengths from front to back. They straighten up on the back stretch. The first quarter for Hot French Fries was in 24 and 4/5 seconds, and she leads them into the backstretch run in front by about 2.5. Lady Manavi tracking in the second spot. Seducion out in the middle track is third, but way out wide. There goes Hero to Wisdom in fourth. Down the inside, Hunt for Colleen is fifth, about 5.5 off the pace. Then a length to Smokin' Ali, and then the 2 trailers are Heart's Wild, and at the back of the pack, Aaron and Ava, through a half mile of 49 seconds flat. So they slowed things down the second split there. And Hot French Fries has now been overhauled by Lady Manavi, who's come on through to take the lead. To the outside, Hero Wisdom is third, but only about 2.5 off the pace. Smokin' Ali still making good progress from the back of the pack and starting to run on now. Here's Seducion, and Orlando Mojica has this one into top gear as they straighten away for the stretch run. And Lady Manavi's been attacked to the outside by Smokin' Ali, who's looking to throw the knockout punch by the 3/16 pole. It's Lady Manavi shaking up. Smokin' Ali still grinding away on the stand side. Even further out, Heart's Wild finishing with interest, but inside the final 16th, Lady Manavi, the favorite, opening up here. Lady Manavi, another winner for Sofa de Oil. Chalk up win number 3 by 5.5. Smokin' Ali was second, Hearts Wild third, and Hunt for Colleen fourth. Running time 1:41 flat. Number 6, Lady Manavi, drawing away in the stretch to give Sophie Doyle her third victory on the card. The winner owned by Sid Gillian and Scott Barker, trained by Scott Barker. Number 6, Lady Manavi, returns $5, $340, $260. Second was the 4, Smokin' Ali. Third, number 5, Hearts Wild. And fourth, the 3, Hunt for Colleen. The Exacta 43.20, the Try, $93.40. The Dollar Super, $386.80. The Dollar Pick 3, $38.70. And the Daily Double, $27.20. Running time for the 1 mile, 1:41 flat. Tonight's ninth race, a allowance event for the fillies and mares to go 6 furlongs. Morning line favorite is number 7, Sweet Southern Dame, with Albin Jimenez in the irons. They are off. And it's Marquis Calgal who's aptly away. Displaying speed from between horses comes Brown's Baby. And ranging up the fence, there goes Blonde in the City. So Blonde in the City clears off by about a length. Track to the outside, Marquis Calgal. Brown's Baby has taken off the top 2 to race in third. Tetrad's being ridden to keep pace in fourth. To the outside, the favorite, Sweet Southern Dame, is fifth, 5.5 off the pace. Then a half a length to Burstall in the trailer, Cleo's Crew, through a quarter of 22 and 2/5 second. So it's Blonde in the City, closest to the rail. Marquis Calgal, eager to go on to the outside, now has retaken lead by about a neck. Blonde in the City, riding the rail back in second. Brown's Baby being ridden with the whip outside the quarter pole. Looping up wide, here comes Tetrad and Johnny McKee as they're outside the quarter pole. It's Cleo's Crew who's saving all the ground. Cleo's Crew maybe going best of all. At the top of the lane they come, but it's Marquis Calgal who turns them in with 3 to spare. Cleo's Crew plugging the way to the inside. Blonde in the City still grinding. Still nothing from the favorite, Sweet Southern Dame, by the 16th pole. It's Marquis Calgal opening up. Tetrad running on, and Sweet Southern Dame has found her best stride, but too little too late. Marquis Calgal to give Gilligan 2 on the card. Tetrad was second, tight for third in 1:10 and 2. Number 5, Marquis Calgal. Convincing winner here to give Jack Gilligan 2 on the card. Owned by David Jacobs, trained by Phil Sims. Marquis Calgal returns $5.40, $3, $3. Second was number 6, Tetrad, $9, $7.80. Third, number 2, Cleo's Crew, $9.20. Finishing fourth was the 7, Sweet Southern Dame. The Exacta 45.20, the Try $251.30. Super $1,472.20. The Pick 3 $31.30. The Pick 4 $135.40. And the Daily Double $18.40. Running time speedy 1:10 and 2/5 seconds. Tonight's 10th race, a maiden claimant event for the fillies and mares to go 6 1/2 furlongs. Scratch 1, Ms. Knightley. The favorite, number 12, Color Me Blush, with Leandro Gonsalves. Color Me Blush has already been loaded. They're at the post, and they're off. Lethargic beginning for Is This Georgia. Fast start for Pyramid, who sent out running. Quick to stride from between horses. Here comes Luke's little sister along with Hot Rod Daisy, and punching up between those is Mandalay Babe. Now Northern Sweet has found a seam in between rivals, and down along the fence, a Big Bows Mo, the class dropper. Right alongside there's Lady Fitz, then a link to bottom page pick. A separation of about 4 or 5 back to Money Shot, and Is This Georgia after that poor break is last of the lot. The first quarter, 23 seconds flat. They make their way past the half-mile pole and continue to run up the backstretch towards that far turn run. The first quarter, 23 seconds, and Luke's little sister has now overhauled Northern Sweet. That one starts to backpedal intently through from between horses. Pyramid, Doyle starts to scrub on that one. Looping up wide, the class dropper Color Me Blush is ranged up right alongside the front runners as they're just outside the quarter-mile pole. The half in 46 and 4. So it's Luke's little sister closest to the rail has the lead. Color Me Blush and the shadow roll to the outside attacks, and looping up 3 wide from the back of the pack Is This Georgia is making giant progress as they straighten into the lane outside the 8th pole. It's Color Me Blush trying to hold off Is This Georgia, who's lunging to the outside. Pyramid, that's all for Luke's little sister by the 16th pole. Color Me Blush is begging for the finish line, and Is This Georgia is wearing her down. Is This Georgia to the winner's circle by a length. Color Me Blush had to settle for second. Pyramid was third. Late charge from Lady Fitz to be fourth in 1:19 and 3. But Is This Georgia from worst to first. Number 3, Is This Georgia, rallies from last to first to get up right on the square to win for owner Dennis Bierman, trainer Noel Sanchez, and jockey Luis Martinez Jr. The winner returns $18.40, $8.20, $4.80. Second, number 12, Color Me Blush. Third, the 11, Pyramid. Fourth, the 4, Lady Fitz. And fifth, for the Super High 5, the 8, Luke's Little Sister. The Exacta 65.60, the Try 82.50, Super 2,624.40. The late double returns $51 even. The pick 3, $73. No winners in the super high 5. That carry over into tomorrow's card, $703.51. Running time for the finale, 119-3. That concludes tonight's racing program. Live racing returns tomorrow, Saturday, with a first post of 6:15. Gates do open at 9 a.m. for the Dubai World Cup. This has been the Turfway Park Report.